Two brothers grew up in the same house. Same parents, same neighborhood, same school. When they were kids, their dad gave them each $50 for doing chores over the summer. Same amount, same day. The older brother spent his that weekend. New sneakers, a video game, gone by Sunday night. The younger brother did something weird. He put 40 of it away and spent 10. His older brother laughed at him. Fast forward 30 years. The older brother works a good job, makes decent money, has a nice apartment, a car he's still paying off, and a savings account that never seems to grow past a certain point. Every raise he's ever gotten has somehow quietly disappeared. He's not broke, but he's not free, not even close. The younger brother retired at 52, same city, same starting point. Not because he earned more, not because he got lucky, not because of some investment secret nobody else knows about. The difference has nothing to do with what he did. It has everything to do with what he stopped doing. This isn't about making more money. It's about stopping the invisible behaviors that are silently transferring your wealth to someone else every single month while you think you're doing fine. Most people who struggle financially aren't making catastrophic mistakes. They're making small, invisible ones, repeatedly, for decades. And the tragedy isn't the mistakes themselves. It's that nobody ever names them clearly enough for people to actually stop. I'm going to walk you through the exact behaviors that keep intelligent, hardworking people financially stuck for their entire lives. These aren't things you've never heard of. They're things you already do, probably today, without realizing the true cost. By the end of this, you're going to see your financial life differently, and some of what I say is going to be uncomfortable. That's the point. Rule 1. Stop waiting until you feel ready to invest. Nobody feels ready. That feeling you're waiting for, that moment of complete confidence, where everything makes sense and the timing feels right, it doesn't exist. And the financial industry quietly benefits from the fact that you're waiting for it. Here's what waiting actually costs. If you invest $500 a month starting at 25, by 65 you have roughly $17 million, assuming a standard average return. If you wait until you feel ready, say, 35, that same contribution, that same $500 a month, gives you around $800,000. You didn't lose money. You lost almost $1 million by waiting, by feeling unready. The psychological truth is that readiness is a feeling, and feelings are unreliable financial advisors. The market doesn't wait for your confidence. It moves while you're thinking about it. But here's what most people miss. The cost of waiting isn't just the money. It's the compounding of inaction. Every year you wait, you don't just lose 1 year. You lose the 30 years that money would have worked for you. The rule isn't to invest when you're ready. It's to invest because you're not. Rule 2. Stop treating your lifestyle like it deserves a promotion every time your income does. Lifestyle inflation is the single most normalized way that people destroy their own financial future. You get a raise. You get a better apartment, a newer car, better restaurants, nicer clothes. It feels earned. It feels deserved. And socially, nobody questions it because everyone around you is doing the same thing. Think about someone earning $40,000 a year who gets bumped to $60,000. Over 5 years, if they save the difference instead of spending it, that's $100,000 before any growth. Instead, most people see that raise and immediately expand their cost of living to match it. 5 years later, they feel like they make $60,000 but live like someone making 40. Because they do. The number went up. The margin stayed the same. It gets worse. The things you upgrade to aren't just more expensive. They carry hidden recurring costs. A bigger apartment means more utilities, more furniture, more maintenance. A newer car means higher insurance, higher registration, higher everything. Every lifestyle upgrade comes with a subscription you didn't read. The psychological driver here is social comparison. You don't upgrade because you need to. You upgrade because the people around you did, and staying put feels like falling behind. But falling behind in lifestyle optics is not the same as falling behind financially. In fact, it's often the opposite. Rule 3. Stop thinking about prices monthly when the cost is annual or lifetime. This is one of the most powerful financial illusions ever engineered by companies that want your money. You don't see the car as a $36,000 purchase. You see it as $499 a month. You don't see the gym membership as $1,000 a year. You see it as $83 a month. Small, manageable, easy to say yes to. Add up every subscription, every monthly payment, every recurring charge in your life. The streaming services, the app subscriptions, the insurance extras, the memberships you don't use but haven't canceled. For the average person, that number annually is staggering, often several $1,000s they could not account for if asked directly. Companies design pricing this way intentionally. Monthly framing activates a completely different part of your brain than annual framing. It minimizes perceived pain. It makes you less likely to question whether something is worth it. The rule is simple. Whenever you see a monthly price, multiply it by 12 before you say yes. And then ask, would I pay that amount if someone asked me for it in cash today? That one mental shift will save you thousands of dollars a year. Rule 4. Stop using busyness as a substitute for financial progress. There is a particular kind of financial trap that smart, productive people fall into. They are always doing something, reading about investing, researching accounts, watching videos, listening to podcasts, making spreadsheets. They feel like they are working on their finances, but months go by and nothing actually changes. Motion is not movement. Being busy around your money is not the same as your money actually moving somewhere useful. The hidden consequence here is time. You can research the perfect investment account for 2 years, or you can open an average one today and let compound interest do what it does. The perfect account opened in 2 years does not beat the average account opened today, in almost any scenario. Imperfect action consistently beats perfect inaction. Every time. Nobody talks about this because the content that teaches financial literacy has an incentive to keep you consuming it. The click that says, "I'll learn more before I act," is more clicks, more time, more revenue for someone else. The financially free person isn't the one who knew the most. It's the one who acted the soonest with what they knew. Rule 5. Stop confusing a high credit score with financial health. A high credit score means one thing: you are good at managing debt. That's it. It is a debt management score. It does not measure your net worth. It does not measure your savings rate. It does not measure your financial freedom. And yet people treat it like a report card for their entire financial life. Here's the uncomfortable version of this. You can have an 800 credit score and a negative net worth. Millions of people do. They pay every bill on time, they manage their debt responsibly, and they are still, by every meaningful measure, financially behind because the entire system their score reflects is one of borrowing, spending, and paying back. Wealth is built on ownership, not creditworthiness. Property you own. Assets that grow. Cash that compounds. A credit score only tells you how well you play a game that was designed to keep you borrowing. This doesn't mean your score doesn't matter. It means you should stop treating it as the goal. It's a tool. Use it for low-interest leverage on things that generate value. Do not worship it. Rule 6. Stop spending money you haven't made yet. Buy now, pay later. 0% financing. Deferred payment plans. These products exist for one reason: because people will buy things they can't yet afford if you remove the immediate financial pain from the transaction. The psychology behind this is called present bias. Humans are wired to dramatically overvalue what they can have right now versus what they'll have to give up later. Companies build entire business models around this bias. And the people who understand it use it against you every single time you see a payment plan. The deeper problem isn't the interest, though that's real. It's the habit of mind it builds. When you consistently live ahead of your income, you train yourself to tolerate financial discomfort in the future. You normalize debt. You normalize owing. And that normalization slowly makes every future financial decision a little softer, a little more permissive than it should be. I'm not done yet because the most damaging version of this isn't big purchases. It's the small, automatic version. The car you financed, the phone on a plan, the furniture from the store that offered no payments until next year. None of these feel like debt. All of them are. Rule 7. Stop treating your income as the ceiling on what you can build. Most people unconsciously relate to their income as the defining limit of their financial life. If I make this much, I can have this lifestyle. If I make more, I can have more. This framework ties your entire financial future to a salary decided by someone else, in a negotiation that happens once a year if you're lucky. But here's what the people who reach financial freedom understand that most people don't. Earned income is just the starting point. It is not the destination. The destination is passive income, money that grows and arrives without you trading hours for it. The average person spends 30 years optimizing how much they earn. The financially free person spends that same time optimizing how much their money earns. These are not the same activity. They do not produce the same result. Every dollar you earn has the potential to be the last dollar you ever have to earn yourself, if you put it to work and give it enough time. The shift from income-dependent to asset-dependent is not complicated. It is just deeply countercultural, Because every system around you is designed to capture your income before you can convert it into anything permanent. Rule 8. Stop outsourcing your financial education to people who profit from your confusion. Banks make money when you hold cash in low-yield accounts. Brokerage firms make money on certain funds, not all funds. Financial media makes money on engagement, which means drama, not calm, steady strategies. And none of this makes these institutions evil. It just means their incentives are not perfectly aligned with yours. The most financially free people are not the ones who trusted the most experts. They're the ones who learned enough to ask the right questions of every expert. There's a version of financial education that makes you dependent on advice. And there is a version that makes you capable of evaluating that advice. One serves you, one serves someone else. The hidden cost of financial ignorance isn't what you lose. It's what gets taken while you weren't looking, quietly, by systems you didn't understand well enough to question. Remember those two brothers at the beginning. The older one didn't make bad decisions. He made the same decisions most people make. He spent money when he had it. He upgraded his life when his income grew. He planned to invest later, when things felt more stable. He thought about his finances constantly, but changed them rarely. He borrowed against the future when the present felt tight. And he measured his financial health by how current his bills were and how high his credit score climbed. He did everything his environment taught him to do. The younger brother didn't have a secret. He just stopped doing those things, one by one, quietly, early. He didn't wait to feel ready. He didn't inflate his life with every raise. He thought in annual costs, not monthly ones. He acted imperfectly instead of planning perfectly. He measured wealth by what he owned, not what he owed. He refused to spend money he hadn't made. He invested in his own financial, understanding the way other people invest in their next gadget. Financial freedom isn't a number. It's a set of behaviors you stop tolerating in yourself. The question isn't whether you know these things. Most people do, in some form. The question is which of them you're still doing, and how long you're willing to keep doing them before the cost becomes impossible to ignore.